And now I would like to call on stage the moderator for this panel discussion, Mr. Srinjoy Sen. একটা জোরে হাততালি হয়ে যাক। Yes. Can I have on stage Mr. Kaushik Sen? And now I would like to call C.A. Shweta Dalan. And Mr. Sundeep Daga. And now we have the moderator for today, Mr. Srinjoy Sen. And a jore hathali ho jaa because he is going to moderate the whole panel discussion for today. Thank you so much. And now I will leave the stage to you people. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Anyone who would like to save some money and make some more money, if you are walking around, do come near the stage. This is your time. Right. So I have the pleasure of moderating this amazing session on financial wellness with three stalwarts of the industry who have very kindly consented to come and grace us in this amazing expo. So to start with, I'd like to introduce Mr. Kaushik Sen, who is a financial expert working in financial markets for the last 30 years. And he has been an author of 2 books, 7 Smart Steps of Wealth Management, 5 Success Mantras of Financial Distribution Business, and he has been working with Aditya Birla Capital for more than a decade. Next, I'd like to introduce C.A. Shweta Dalan. Of course, she's a chartered accountant, she's a chartered financial planner, she's a founder of Wealthify Well, working in the financial markets for the last 15 years. And last but not the least, I'd like to introduce Mr. Sundeep Daga. He's a financial advisor and life insurance professional, founder of SKV Marketing, 12 times MDRT and 2 times COT. I'm sure you all have heard about this if you're from the industry, and he has been associated with Aditya Birla Capital for the last 20 years. So I think we can get a huge round of applause for our panelists, and as we can see with the intro that yes, we have got a powerhouse here and this session is going to be amazing. So if you're able to listen to us, please do come over near the stage. We'd love to have you here. Thank you. So yes, to start with, I'd like to start with Mrs. Sen. So what do you mean by financial wellness? Is it the same as financial planning or is it different?
Hello. Good morning, everyone. So basically, financial wellness. In today's date, we talk a lot about mental wellness. It is high time that we start talking about financial wellness. So what do you mean by financial wellness? हम लोग ये सोचते हैं कि भाई जितना ज़्यादा पैसा हो वो सबसे अच्छा है। पैसा सेव करो, खर्चा नहीं करो और उसको ज़्यादा मल्टीप्लाई करते रहो। लेकिन हमको मालूम नहीं कि मेरा ज़रूरत क्या है। हमको ये पैनल डिस्कशन जब फ्लोट हुआ था, मेरा एक जान पहचान मेरे को सवाल कर दिया कि सर ये तो शॉपिंग फेस्टिवल है, तो आप फाइनेंशियल वेलनेस के ऊपर में क्या बोलेंगे? आप सेव करने बोलेंगे तो आदमी शॉप नहीं करेगा, और आप परचेस करेंगे तो सेव नहीं कर पाएंगे। सो इट इज़ हाई टाइम दैट वी बैलेंस, अपने को बैलेंस करना चाहिए। हम लोग दौड़ रहे हैं, भाग रहे हैं। फिनेंशियल प्लानिंग यही बोलते हैं कि भाई 100 रुपया इनकम कर रहे हैं तो 80 रुपया सेव कर दो और मैक्सिमम 20-22% रिटर्न में उसको ग्रो करवाते रहो। दैट इज फिनेंशियल प्लानिंग। बहुत जन का ये थॉट है, दैट्स नॉट द करेक्ट थॉट बट इट्स द थॉट। तो फिनेंशियल वेलनेस यही है कि मेरे को अगर रोटी कपड़ा मकान के लिए और मेरा थोड़ा लाइफस्टाइल के लिए अगर मेरे को 20 रुपया चाहिए, तो मेरा प्लानिंग 20 रुपया के हिसाब से करना चाहिए कि 30 रुपया के हिसाब से चाहिए, कि इनफाइनाइटली नहीं करना। क्योंकि वो अगर इनफाइनाइटली करने जाएंगे क्या होगा? स्ट्रेस क्रिएट होगा। आज अगर हम 1 करोड़ रुपया मेरा है, हम पूरा लगा दिए शेयर बाजार में और मार्केट गिर गया, क्या हो गया? हम तो ग्रो करवाने चक्कर में मेरा तो हेल्थ ही चला गया। तो दिस इज व्हाट आई मीन बाय फिनेंशियल वेलनेस, एंड इट इज हाई टाइम दैट वी फ्रॉम द फिनेंशियल इंडस्ट्री स्टार्ट टॉकिंग ऑफ wellness, financial wellness, rather than talking only about the returns on investment. We always talk of ROI, कितना लगाया कितना मिला, बट क्या कॉस्ट में मिला वो बहुत जरूरी है। दिस इज व्हाट आई मीन।
Means it is similar to like smart planning of
फर्स्ट अंडरस्टैंड द रिक्वायरमेंट कि भाई मेरे को क्या चाहिए, उसके बेसिस में हम कितना रिस्क लेंगे, कितना नहीं रिस्क लेंगे, मेरा रिस्क एपिटाइट क्या है, उसके ऊपर में मेरा मेंटल वेलनेस रहना चाहिए along with my investments. This is what I mean.
Right. Thank you. I'll move forward to Shweta ji. Shweta ji, what is the future outlook of the Indian financial markets according to you?
Good afternoon, everyone. As far as Indian financial market is concerned, everyone must be knowing that BSE Sensex already crossed 80,000 and heading towards 1 lakh. I think so. And if you see the data, the mutual fund industry has crossed around 66 lakh crores in India. And if you see the demat accounts across India, around 16 crores demat account has been opened. So people are investing in India because of the India growth story. So I am very much positive about Indian financial market. And as far as India is concerned in the global scenario also, if you see, India occupies a very bright spot in a global scenario also.
So as we see, we can actually, there is a crazy growing market for whoever is wanting to go in, and hence to touch upon that, I'd like to go to Mr. Daga and hit upon a chord which I think would everyone in this room would resonate, is taxes. I think as business persons we are always very mad about the amount of tax we have to end up paying, which is a straight cut percentage, and we are always looking for ways to kind of make it better. So can business persons save tax with life insurance planning is what is the idea we want to put in here.
So, good afternoon everyone. Well, Srinjoy, you have touched me with a very interesting topic, because this is one of the favorite topics that I used to talk about. An individual, an entrepreneur, I just wanted to ask you a question. Being an entrepreneur, how many employees you have? 10. And if I give you an option where you can save taxes through some planning for the employees, would you be interested?
Of course.
Okay, so being an entrepreneur business, would you like to save tax for yourself?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so being an individual, being a business owner, being an entrepreneur, there is an option which is called Section 37(1). It's of Income Tax Act, where any premium paid by the business house or the company is an allowable expenditure in the books of the company. मतलब अगर हम अपने बुक्स में हम कुछ भी प्रीमियम पेमेंट अगर कर रहे हैं तो वो हमारे बुक्स में अलाउबल एक्सपेंडिचर है। सो उससे क्या होगा, हम अपने एम्प्लॉयज़ के लिए अगर कुछ सेव कर रहे हैं तो एम्प्लॉयज़ बोलेगा कि अगर एम्प्लॉयर हमारे बारे में सोच रहा है तो हम क्यों नहीं उनके बारे में सोचें। अगर हम 1x दे रहे हैं तो हम 2x देंगे, 2x देंगे, 3x देंगे, तो उससे हमारा प्रॉफिट बढ़ रहा है तो बिजनेस की ग्रोथ हो रही है, बिजनेस की ग्रोथ हो रही है तो एम्प्लॉय रिटेंशन हो रहा है। तो दिस इज अ टूल वेयर इट इज अ win-win situation for the employees and the employer in both the cases.
Like, is there a cap on how much is non-taxable or something?
No, it is not taxable. Whatever premium you paid from the company is completely allowable expenditure in the books of the company.
I think for most of us business owners, we tend to like sabhi kharche ke khate mein dikha dete.
And to add on it, I just wanted to share, I have helped my clients save taxes up to 15 crores in the last 5 years. 15
Guys, a
crore
round of applause for
15
that.
crore का taxes save हुआ उनका by doing this business insurance. Thank you and over to you.
I think guys, I think that is a point to remember, that you can actually save tax with the help of life insurance for your employees. You are adding a value to them and plus you are able to save taxes. Now, coming back to Kaushik ji, so let us be equal to people here again. So for example, Saket might be sitting here with 1 lakh rupees and he's saying, Srinjoy da, मैं 1 लाख रुपया लेके बैठा हूँ, अभी वो where can I invest? Where can I smartly put it up in the current scenario? So what would be your advice as a financial advisor?
See, if we are wanting to invest, I will cover the different areas. The first thing what we say, do not put all the eggs in a single basket. This is one of the things that we say. Now the next part is that when we go to someone, they will tell you these are the funds, these are the schemes, these are the plans where you can put in the fund, and I don't know anything about it. I will give a very simple thumb rule. If in Indian markets we are investing some amount of money, if Saket wants to invest 1 lakh of rupees, he has 2 options. One is a debt, one is equity. एक में जहाँ पे मेरे को रिस्क नहीं है, मेरे को मार्केट रिस्क नहीं है, मार्केट स्टॉक मार्केट गिरे उठे मेरे तो कोई मतलब नहीं है, मैं पैसा लगाऊँ, जैसे बैंक एफडीज हो गए। दूसरा सेक्टर हो गया है कि भाई आप स्टॉक मार्केट रिलेटेड इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स में लगाएं। तो हम लोग जो भी प्रोडक्ट देते हैं इंडस्ट्री में, कैटेगरिकली इट इज़ आइदर एन इक्विटी और अ डेट। सो डेट में आज के दिन में मार्केट के हिसाब से 6 से 10% के हिसाब से रिटर्न बैठते हैं, और इक्विटीज़ में कोई गारंटेड तो होता नहीं है, बट हम लोग पास्ट अगर 2-3 साल 5 साल का ट्रैक देखेंगे तो 12-14%, 15% का रिटर्न बैठता है। तो हम लोग अगर इसको कैटेगराइज करेंगे तो पहला चीज़ है कि अपने को, जैसे साकेत हमको पूछा कि भाई हमको लाख रुपया लगाना है तो हम कहाँ लगा सकते हैं, बट ही हैज़ टू टेल मी दैट वेयर ही वांट्स टू टेक, वो कितना रिस्क लेना चाहता है। तो ये उसका पर्सनल डिसीजन है, हम लोग कुछ एडवाइस कर सकते हैं। तो अगर वो सेफ इन्वेस्टमेंट में जाना चाहते हैं तो उसमें क्या क्या है, एक बैंक एफडीज हो गए, एक गवर्नमेंट बॉन्ड्स हो गए हैं, एक लाइफ इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी, जो ट्रेडिशनल लाइफ इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी होते हैं जो मार्केट में नहीं इन्वेस्ट करते, मार्केट रिटर्न से कोई मतलब नहीं है, दैट इज देयर। दीज आर द डेट एंड म्यूचुअल फंड्स में डेट म्यूचुअल फंड्स आर देयर, जिसके साथ में मार्केट इक्विटी मार्केट्स का अप डाउन से कोई रिलेशन नहीं है। एंड द सेकेंड पार्ट इज इफ यू आर गोइंग फॉर एन इक्विटी इन्वेस्टमेंट, इक्विटी इन्वेस्टमेंट में आप डायरेक्टली शेयर खरीद सकते हैं, आप इक्विटी म्यूचुअल आप इक्विटी म्यूचुअल फंड्स में लगा सकते हैं, और आप यूनिट लिंक्ड इंश्योरेंस प्लान्स में लगा सकते हैं। इफ आई एम टॉकिंग ऑफ द इक्विटीज, इसके अलावा गोल्ड वगैरह में भी इन्वेस्ट करते हैं लोग। These are the options that a client has. So that's what I would like to say.
Right. So thank you so much for this. So just to add on to that, like, this of course gives me personally a very good idea about where to put in my next money whenever I have it with me. So I'd just like to perhaps dig a bit deeper into it and go to Shweta ji into asking that, say we are like individual retail investors, right? So if we have saved some money, often we just tend to just maybe put it on a FD or so on and so forth. So looking at from a financial planner's point of view, what are the kind of points or aspects that we should remember, like consider while putting our money out somewhere?
Of course. Like when any retail investor comes to me for financial planning, the very first thing I ask them to set a financial goal. For that, they have to know what are their financial needs. And most of the time, it so happens that they don't know what are their financial needs. So I help them out how to set their financial goals. For example, suppose he has a child 5-year-old and he wants to put education corpus which he will need after 12 years. So I will advise he first set the amount, that is 5 crores, and for achieving that 5 crore, what are the various options available, what are the various resources he has. And then we identify those resources and he starts investing in those resources, maybe through SIP or any other options, which we sit and discuss together. So achieving in financial planning, first and foremost part is setting the goals, financial goals. So for various parts of life, whether it's for retirement, whether it's for a child education, whether it's for your estate planning also, because all these form part of the financial planning. This is how, and second, the thing is when what generally retail investors do before investment, like what they follow the herd. They think that I don't have any idea about the investment, so what my boss is doing, he's quite intelligent. So if he's putting 5 lakh rupees in a particular instrument, so he also start putting it, maybe 20,000. But he doesn't understand that the risk appetite of a boss is different from his. Because if the market falls and his boss investment depreciate from 5 lakh to 2 lakh, it might not matter to him, but if his 50,000 investment comes to 20,000, he will have sleepless night. So one should always understand our risk appetite and then put the money for investment.
So basically you're asking to first set the goal correctly and then do a back planning.
Pursue that goal.
Right. I'll find the result. So to get a cue from this itself, I'll go to Sandeep ji. So we are bombarded by ads. Everywhere we go, we open our iPad, phone, we see ads. We are always surrounded by ads, and I think as a normal human being, you end up reading. So I keep seeing these two terms in a lot of places. One thing is mutual fund sahi hai and insurance zaruri hai. So these two phrases we keep seeing everywhere, and of course all our friends also who are into these. So I feel I am very confused. If you ever ask me, then where to put in money, I have no clue. So for the sake of all the people here who might be having the same confusion, so what is your take on this?
So well, Srijay, mutual fund सही है, ये तो सब जानते हैं, right? All the audience know the mutual fund सही है. ये सोशल मीडिया भी चला रहे हैं, सेलिब्रिटीज भी बोल रहे हैं, सब कुछ बोल रहे हैं. बट एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ है जो लोग मिस करते हैं, इंश्योरेंस भी इक्वली इम्पोर्टेंट है. आज अगर मान के चलिए कि मैं एक सैलरीड हूँ और मेरी एनुअल इनकम इज 5 करोड़, मैं सिर्फ 5 करोड़ का टर्म इंश्योरेंस लेके आई हैव सिक्योर्ड माई लाइफ. बट इफ एनीथिंग हैपन्स टू मी द वेरी नेक्स्ट ईयर, तो मेरे फैमिली के पास सिर्फ 5 करोड़ का ही टर्म एक कॉर्पस रहेगा बाद बाकी सालों को गुजारने के लिए. इसलिए द आइडियल टर्म इंश्योरेंस फॉर अ सैलरीड पर्सन शुड बी एटलीस्ट 20 टाइम्स ऑफ देयर एनुअल इनकम, कि अगर मैं कल नहीं रहता हूँ तो मेरी फैमिली को अगले 20 साल तक कोई तकलीफ नहीं होगी. सो दिस इज़ वन ऑफ द एस्पेक्ट. एंड आज के डेट में इंश्योरेंस इज ऑल्सो टैक्सेबल. सो वी हैव ऑप्शन कि 5 लाख तक ट्रेडिशनल एंड 2.5 लाख तक यूलिप हम ये 7.5 लाख रुपए अगर एनुअल इन्वेस्टमेंट करते हैं तो इट इज टैक्स फ्री इन द हैंड्स ऑफ द रिसिपिएंट. उसमें कुछ भी टैक्स नहीं लगेगा, वो 100% टैक्स फ्री होगा. तो म्यूचुअल फंड तो सही है, लेकिन उसके साथ में इंश्योरेंस भी इक्वली इम्पोर्टेंट है, राइट?
I kind of understand that India, the market, the insured, like what things we can insure is very less in percentage,
See,
right?
if we talk about the market penetration of life insurance, it is less than 4% of the total population.
Wow.
Less than 4%.
In the market.
Yes, it's very low, and due to at least an individual should have a term insurance of not less than 2 crores who is earning small bit or as per the financials, and a person who is earning 2 crore, 5 crore, 10 crore should have at least term insurance of 20 times of their annual income to safeguard the protection and buying a peace of mind कि अगर मुझे कल कुछ होता है तो मेरी फैमिली को फाइनेंशियल डिजास्टर से कोई उसमें रिलीफ मिलेगा, एंड दे विल बी एबल टू मैनेज एंड सर्वाइव द सेम लाइफस्टाइल व्हाट दे आर डूइंग टुडे.
Right. So I think that's a great learning because, like, while I've traveled outside, I have seen in more first world countries literally everything they insuring, starting from phone to laptop to literally their pets too. Whereas here,
but they don't insure their lives.
yeah,
So that is most important.
that is something I take a thought to ponder upon. Well, I'd like to open up for some questions. If the audience would like to ask any question to our esteemed guests, we'd be very happy. Saket?
In the current scenario, if a student at the age of, because at the moment, if you will see that people have started earning in the age of 16, 17 while they are having their education completed. So during that time where they should basically invest.
Here was needs and the risk appetite. वो जो स्टूडेंट है, इफ यू आर टॉकिंग ऑफ, दिस इज व्हाट द कॉमन मिस्टेक इज दैट व्हेन यू आर आस्किंग अबाउट अ स्टूडेंट, what is the student's background, what is the student's family background, from which level he is coming, what is his family backup, what does his father do, how much they have a balance. So a lot of things are there. So it cannot be general. If you have 100 students of the age group of 16, the suggestion cannot be same for everyone. So one needs to understand that this person wants to save some money for what. मेरा हायर स्टडीज़ के लिए ज़रूरत है कि मैं 10 साल बाद हम कहीं घूमने जाएंगे. आई हैव अ ड्रीम कि मेरे को यूरोप टूर करना है, सो आई वांट टू सेव दैट मनी फॉर दैट. कि मेरे को एक बिजनेस सेटअप करना है. इट वेरीज फ्रॉम पर्सन टू पर्सन. दिस इज what the person should say, and that no consultant or advisor can say that this is your requirement, this has to be your requirement. Srinjoy wants to go to Switzerland. Somebody might want to do a higher studies. Somebody might want to buy a BMW. So this actually depends, varies from person to. So after that person says that this is my requirement, then actually we can advise. But basic thing is that you have to distribute your investment in all the classes. This is the basic thumb rule. Whatever is that, the ratio can be managed, the ratio can be decided at a later date. But something in your equity, something in your insurance, something in the risk-free option. So these are some things that is there. Anything you would like to add?
What I understand, if student wants to save, at the same time he has to take care of his expenses, because youngsters have huge expenses as on today, whether ordering on Swiggy, Zomato, or going out for shopping, or hanging out with friends. So I think if the student is thinking of investment, it is a big go for that person. And after that, where to invest? I mean, it all depends, as sir said, it all depends what are your goals you want to achieve, whether it's vacation or whether it's for your own education. That's
One more thing I just missed out. This is very important and these are very common mistakes. Never invest by taking a loan. बहुत जन होते हैं कि भाई स्टूडेंट है, 1 लाख रुपया कहीं से पर्सनल लोन ले लिया और उसको शेयर मार्केट में लगा दिया. दिस इज द समथिंग दैट वन शुड अवॉइड. इन्वेस्ट द मनी दैट इज योर्स, मेक इट ग्रो फॉर योर फ्यूचर नीड्स. नेवर बोरो. बोरो आप उसी लिए कर सकते हैं, आप अपने एजुकेशन के लिए कर सकते हैं, आप बिजनेस के लिए कर सकते हैं. That is where you borrow, but not for your investment. This is what my personal take, and everybody should follow it.
Everything have been covered by both the stalwarts.
Yes, and I must tell you, this is so true that you need to understand what exactly it is, not just पेशा नहीं है. Sir,
Yeah, this is about insurance. You rightly said that a company earning should pay insurance premium for the employees. Now, when it matures, it goes into the hands of employees. That is income or not is income taxable?
Sir, whatever premium has been paid by the employer, that is an allowable expenditure.
In the hands of the employer.
And when it is getting transferred in the hands of the employee, it is taxable.
Taxable to employee.
Yes.
Now, what about taking insurance for the directors?
So, okay.
So, if the company has insured their directors and if they want that money to back to the company, then what happens? Is it taxable?
So, it is again taxable because when you have paid the premium, it was an expenditure. So, actually, it should go in the hands of the directors. But if they want back to the company, they need a NOC. कि ये पैसा हमें कंपनी में वापस चाहिए तो कंपनी में आएगा. अदरवाइज इट इज मैंडेटरीली द मनी विल गो इन द हैंड्स ऑफ द डायरेक्टर्स ओनली.
Insured. Yeah.
थैंक यू सर.
all right. Do we have one? I think we have one more question, and then we can conclude the session. Yes, sir.
You want to discuss your gold bond? Please discuss gold bond and gold investment.
As you know, gold is sparkling very high as on today. So gold bond gives you that opportunity to invest in gold bonds. At the same time, you get an interest, the quarterly interest, and it is a sovereign gold bond supported by RBI. So apart from interest, if you keep the gold bond for 8 years, whatever the gain on sale arises, that is totally tax free. And at the same time, you can trade it also. You can sell it before 8 years also. But that amount will be taxable in your hands.
Present in Bengal, speaker speaks English and Hindi. Why not Bengali?
Sorry, I think this is not a question of financial wellness here. So we'd like to skip this question for now. Thank you.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
So, first of all, let me thank you all, speakers and the moderator, for carrying out such a wonderful financial wellness program to bring in the awareness. My question brings you all back to the basic. You all talked about where to invest, how to plan and all. But everybody has a certain limitation towards earning. Suppose I am earning 1 lakh rupees per month. So how much I should plan? Because you talked about wellness. Wellness comes with some certain practice or being on the means you have to make it a morale that I will continue investing like this, correct? Then only that wellness can turn out into a brighter future, right? So how much out of my earning should go into investment, whatever segment, right? Because that's the first principle, right? There has to be some emergency fund part, right? Then how much I should be spending on myself, means the family needs and all that. So what percentage, bare minimum, I should always park it for my future needs. right? Then we can plan about the investment, where to invest and how to invest.
So
Thank you.
I'll take this point. Sir, you very well said कि how much amount you want to save for the future. So पहले ये हुआ करता था, आपको सबको मालूम है, income minus expenses is equal to investment. How many agree? Raise of hands. Income minus expenses is equal to investment. ये हुआ करता था 20 साल, 30 साल, 40 साल पहले. लेकिन आज की जनरेशन में this has reversed. Income minus investment is equal to expenses. Because आपकी एक गोल है, आप सपोजिंगली आपको आज 20 साल के बाद आपको 5 करोड़ का कॉर्पस चाहिए, तो उस कॉर्पस के लिए आप ये नहीं कर सकते हैं कि पहले मैं कमा लूँ, मैं खर्च कर लूँ, उसके बाद मैं सेव कर लूँ. इसके लिए हम लोग रिवर्स में जाएंगे कि मुझे कितना सेव करना, कितना गोल कॉर्पस क्रिएट करना है, उसके लिए प्लानिंग तो मुझे चाहिए. मैं खर्च शायद कम कर लूँ तो चलेगा, लेकिन मेरा जो गोल है 20 साल के बाद वो मेरा फुलफिल होना चाहिए. तो आइडियली इनकम माइनस इन्वेस्टमेंट is equal to expenses is the current formula for the proper investment. Thank you so much.
I will tell you another thing is that, like we discussed throughout the session we have been talking is that कि financial planning, financial wellness is a customized thing. If you talk of two adults of an age of 40 years, now one person, his father or mother had a bank balance of 1 CR. From there he did his studies and taken up a job. This is one scenario one. The other person had taken a student loan, done his masters and has taken a job. His father or mother didn't have a huge bank balance. Do you feel that the formula for the savings or calculation for the savings will be same for the two persons? This is the basic minimum, like Madam talked of the earlier, is a herd mentality. This is what it is. My friend is doing this, so I should also do that. We also can tell it as a peer pressure. अरे मेरा friend is saving 20,000 in a month, so I need to save 25,000. So it doesn't happen that way. I need to look into my personal finances and decide what should be done. So it is a customized thing, and you should sit with some individual planner to plan actually what you should be doing. Rest, obviously you have to decrease your expenses to increase your savings if your goal is higher than your income. And if you have a huge income, then obviously you can do expenses as per as your will. So anything, yeah.
One thing I want to add, as you said, there is a constant on earnings and it varies from individual to individual. Obviously, one should keep emergency fund, and that should be at least 6 months of his earning. Keeping that aside, then he should plan for insurance, that is life insurance and health insurance. These are the three major things. And after that, the person should go for investment. Because once this part of the life is secure, then he can think about investment. Right? So, this is the answer to your question.
Right. Thank you so much. I think we have really run out of time. So let us take it offline when they come down. You can just come to them and ask a question. So just to sum it up, I think all the three experts really gave us a very great point of view into financial wellness. Is about an individual journey. It is very individualized. It's not about what someone else is doing. So what works for A may not work for B. So I think that is something that we can take home from here. And of course the panelists will be around here. So please feel free to network with them and connect with them. They'll be happy to help you and guide you in any of your queries. So thank you so much, and we will have the next session, which is on travel.
And remember this thing, that the journey to financial freedom is a marathon and not a sprint, right? So staying informed is the key to success. Thank you once again for your time and participation in this valuable session. The gift hampers have been sponsored by none other than Borderline. So a huge thank you to our sponsors.
লালুদা সরো
Can we have a huge round of applause for them?
সরো ওয়েট দাদা একটু দাদা
Now it's time for the official photograph.